Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Season 7 finale of Home Media Reviews. We've been doing this for 7 years now. I feel like everyone here knows the tradition when it comes to season finales, but just in case you're new, every season finale of Home Media Reviews, I pick a movie I've never seen. And in this case, I have never seen the film Dumb Money. I've wanted to since I first saw the trailer back when it was released in 2023, but never got a chance to up until now. Let's not waste any time, let's jump right into the history section of Dumb Money. So Dumb Money hit theaters on September 29th, 2023. Well, that's when it hit theaters for everybody. There was a limited theatrical release that started on September 15th, 2023, but then Sony later expanded its release on the 29th of that month. Like I said earlier, I've never seen Dumb Money. I didn't see it in theaters. I didn't get a chance to. I don't remember if it came to Louisville or not. It probably did, but it was maybe in theaters for like 1 to 2 weeks, and we ended up missing it. I remember it hitting digital platforms fairly quick, though, at least according to Wikipedia. This movie dropped on video on demand on November 7th, so that was like a week or two later. On a budget of $30 million, Dumb Money grossed $20.7 million, $10 million short of turning a profit. Which then, if you add marketing in there, that means you double the movie's budget. So really, this movie was made for a budget of $60 million. This didn't even come close to breaking even. A couple of weeks after the film hit video on demand, it then hit Blu-ray and DVD on December 12th, 2023. I found my copy, I think, a year ago or so. I went to a store called Ben's Bargain Center, if you guys know anything about them. It's hard to describe what Ben's Bargain Center is unless you've actually been inside of one. It's an overstock place. They sell a bunch of stuff for, I think, 40% off retail price because it just didn't sell in stores. In regular retail stores, I mean. So Ben's buys all of their stuff for cheap. They sell it to you for cheap, and they used to have a pretty vast Blu-ray and DVD selection. But even Ben's isn't immune from people's buying habits changing, because in recent months, their physical media section has dwindled down to one small aisle in both of their locations. It's pretty disappointing. But as far as history for Dumb Money goes, that's it. This had one release on Blu-ray and DVD. There was no way Sony was going to put forth the effort to release this on 4K. That is never happening. I highly doubt someone like Shout Factory or maybe Kino Lorber would actually pick this up on 4K. They pick up a lot of weird stuff. But Shout Factory, Arrow, I don't think they would pick this up. So again, as far as history goes, that does it for Dumb Money. Let's go ahead and move right along to the close-up. Alright everyone, here's your close-up look at Dumb Money, the GameStop story. Up here at the top, we got Blu-ray plus digital, as well as the return of Louie. It's been a couple weeks, buddy. How have you been? Let me back the camera up so the viewers can actually get a good look at you here. Look at you, you're literally hamming it up on camera. Close your legs, buddy, come on. I guess we're just going to shoot the rest of the close-up with Louie in the background there, that's fine. Buddy, don't knock over the tripod. Let me readjust the camera here. There we go, that's better. So up here at the top, as I was saying earlier, we got Blu-ray plus digital. There's your cast list underneath there and a couple of your main stars. There's a quote from someone's review for Dumb Money, and then there's the film's logo there. Look, Louie, there's a cat on the front cover. Is that why you like this movie so much? Spine, Blu-ray disc logo. Hey, have we broken the Universal streak? There's the Dumb Money logo. Columbia Pictures. Yep, this is a Sony movie. We've broken the Universal streak, everyone. Back features screenshots of each of our main characters, barcode peeking out through the slipcover, blurb about the film, more screenshots, a breakdown of your extras, another breakdown of how your digital movie code works, legalese and cast and crew information. Take the slipcover off. Underneath there, poster is exactly the same. Spine, the same. And on the back, the same. And if we open her up, there's what your digital movie code looks like. I've already used mine, so no free movies for you. And here's the back, just for completionist's sake. They don't have this program anymore, the Sony Movie Rewards. It was really good. I got a lot of free movies from that service. And then the disc artwork has the little cat on it. Oh, I wish Louis was in this shot right now. We could have two cats here on screen, but he ran off. So that wraps things up for your close-up. Let's move right along to the menu tour. Alrighty, everyone. Here's your menu tour for Dumb Money. After 3 weeks of losing daylight, the daylight has finally left us. And after 3 weeks of looking at 2 disc variants of films, we finally only have one variant to look at here, just the Blu-ray. And it doesn't look crusty. However, it does look very similar to Universal's Blu-rays, though, because we've got the extras permanently plastered on the main menu. I don't get it. Is it to entice people to actually watch the extras? I mean, I watch the extras. I try to watch as much as I can, because I like behind the scenes of filmmaking. But why plaster them permanently on the front? But why plaster them permanently there on the front of the menu? It doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look at setup here. Oh, no. We've returned to 5.1 audio mixes on Blu-rays. Come on. And only 2 options. We have English or English audio descriptive service. Let's take a look at subtitles. At least with subtitles, we got a little bit better options. English, English SDH, French, and Spanish. So for scenes, you have numbers and also screenshots telling you what happens in each scene. And as we scroll down here to the end, 16 scenes, which that was a little confusing at first, because if you scroll past 16, it just takes you back to 1. So yeah, 16 scenes. No specific scene for just the end credits. Alright, let's take a look at these extras. We have Fat Cats and the Roaring Kitty. Oh, and it even tells you how long the featurettes are right down there. Runtime 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Diamond Hand Ensemble, deleted and extended scenes, and a filmmaker commentary with writers and executive producers Lauren Schuker Blum and Rebecca Angelo. Oh, you can also play the trailers from the beginning of the movie. This extras tab here, I'm disappointed with the amount of featurettes that are included on this Blu-ray. After being spoiled for the last couple weeks with like Renfield and Cocaine Bear having just more than just 2 featurettes, I'm feeling a little underwhelmed here. But that wraps things up for the menu tour. Let's go ahead and head on back and answer the 5 main questions as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? You can't find this in stores anymore. Can't find it in places like Walmart, unfortunately. You're going to have to go to online retailers. Amazon has this movie in stock. I haven't seen it show up on places like eBay a lot. It is on sale right now on Amazon for $15.30. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? No, it's not. Number 3, should you pick this product up? So our movie opens up with 2 wealthy CEOs talking about something happening in the stock market. And these 2 guys are CEOs of hedge fund companies. They bet against companies doing well in the stock market. I'm not going to pretend I know much about stocks. I have a few, but it's not much at all. There's a lot of tricks to making a lot of money through the stock market. My grandfather on my dad's side played the stock market game for years, made out like a bandit. But in a legal way, not like a insider trading politician kind of way. I'm not in the know on that kind of stuff, but I do immediately sympathize with the main character, played by Paul Dano. He plays Keith Gill, the guy who's betting everything on GameStop. And I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but this is based on a true story. This did happen. A lot of people made a lot of money off of this GameStop stock that was going on. Keith Gill, real guy. GameStop at this point in time was a total joke. Their sales were in the toilet. I think they might have been exploring NFTs to try to remain relevant, or maybe that came later. I don't know. My timeline's all mixed up here. Anyone who would bet on them was considered to be just insane. Not much comedy here in the first 15 minutes. There is a funny moment with Ham's beer that I think I was the only one who found that funny. My dad would find that joke offensive because he drinks that cheap shit like the Pope drinks wine. I got a comment on Keith's streaming setup. Not bad looking here. I hate that he's streaming off of a Mac. His microphone, I think, is also pointed in the wrong direction. I don't know that brand of microphone. I think it's HyperX is the company that makes that. I've seen him at Target. Honestly, before I got my Blue Yeti, I was thinking about picking up one of those. And if those mics are anything like a Blue Yeti, you have to talk into it while the mic is facing straight up, not pointing towards you, because that's where the actual mic receiver is. After seeing his streaming setup, though, I finally know the context behind the weird cat on the front cover of the movie's poster art. It's Dano's username, Roaring Kitty. Not long after that, we're introduced to America Ferrera. Hey, she's in this. Loved her in Superstore. Always a joy to see her pop up in anything, really. Seeing so many masks in this movie is kind of making me nostalgic for COVID times. I never thought that I'd say that before. You guys remember when we all had to wear those stupid things because everyone thought that they worked, and plexiglass in front of the registers would stop the COVID virus from getting into anyone's face, and the government used all those mandates to assert even more control over the population? Crazy times back then. People would believe literally anything that anyone told them. Oh, Pete Davidson's in this movie as well, for 15 minutes? I think he plays Dano's brother. He's a DoorDash driver, and seeing him smoking and drinking out of other people's sodas makes me never want to order DoorDash again. Well, that, and it's also too damn expensive. Just go pick it up yourself. We get introduced to a couple more characters, some more CEOs. CEOs of Robinhood, one of whom is played by the Winter Soldier himself, Sebastian Stan. There's America Ferrera. There's Paul Dano as our main character here. There's a couple of college girls with daddy issues, the CEOs of the hedge fund corporations. I feel like there's too many characters here that we're focusing on. Oh, the GameStop employee as well, the guy who works in an actual GameStop store. I totally forgot about him because there's too many people here for us to focus on. There's just a lot of characters here, and for a movie that's supposed to be about Keith Gill's war on Wall Street, I appreciate seeing how the common man or woman reacts to it. I just wish it was more focused. My heart bleeds for you having to borrow a tennis court. Nick Offerman delivers that line with such seriousness, and I can't help but laugh. It's such a stupid thing to say and completely out of touch with reality. I feel like the character doesn't know that that's supposed to be funny, but Offerman plays it like it's supposed to be funny. Also, Nick Offerman. Ron Swanson is in this movie. I love Nick Offerman. He's great in virtually anything. Insane that towards the middle of the movie, Keith's value in GameStop was up to $11 million. That's more money than most people will see in their entire lives. Speaking of which, we're at the halfway point in the movie, and we've caught up to modern day. Forgot to mention the movie at the beginning starts off with, I think it's 6 months flashback. I find it really hard, though, to have sympathy for Seth Rogen's CEO character. Sure, he's got a family, but he's clearly not hurting for cash. Did you see the size of the house that guy was living in? And the fact that he's bulldozing a second house just for a giant tennis court? I'm sorry, movie. You're not going to make me feel bad for Seth Rogen. Now we've reached our big turning point in the film's story. Wall Street Bets, the Reddit page that started this whole GameStop shebang, is banned. Not only that, but Robinhood shuts down trading for GameStop. I remember when this happened. I didn't have any money in the GameStop stock. I was watching it from afar, but I remember when Robinhood banned trading for GameStop, and a lot of people were pissed, myself included. A lot of people lost a lot of money because they couldn't dump their GameStop stock, and it immediately tanked after Wall Street Bets got banned. Sebastian Stan plays the flailing CEO of Robin Hood Wonderful. He's like giving the perfect non-answers. It's wonderful to see him. It's wonderful to see that character squirm. This is really the main reason why I will never use Robinhood to trade stocks. I can't stand them, and what they did here was insane, and their justification for it, even worse. I absolutely hate seeing how many characters were screwed by Wall Street in this movie. It actually makes me like physically ill seeing how many people had money in the GameStop stock and couldn't cash out because some rich assholes didn't want to lose their tennis courts. And Lord have mercy, we're going to bring up politics here for just a second. Maxine Waters and AOC are on the panel that subpoenaed Keith Gill. I can't stand either of those women for a multitude of reasons, but we're not going to get into that. They called Keith Gill to speak in front of Congress because he made a stock grow. That's crazy. They really don't want anyone outside of their inner circle to have any kind of wealth. I did laugh at the mute joke with Seth Rogen, though. Mr. Gill, I find it hard to believe that you could have predicted what happened with GameStop in January without insider information. What? Dude, have you seen how rich your fellow Congress members are? Have you seen Nancy Pelosi's giant ice cream fridge? How do you think your colleagues in Congress leave Congress with net worths higher than some countries' GDPs? I can't help it, guys. This movie's pissing me off because of how real it is. And let me be clear, I am not saying that billionaires should get rid of their wealth and give it out to everyone else. No, I don't have an issue with billionaires existing. That's socialism, and it doesn't work. If they made their money legally, by all means, keep it. What I am saying, it's bullshit that people like me are not allowed to make any kind of significant wealth if it takes away money from some other guy who owns several tennis courts. I pumped my fist when Gill gave his testimony. It was amazing. And going back to my previous point about how we have too many characters here, I did like how at the end of the movie we get an update on each of the characters. Like, hey, the college girls got to cash out their stock and they were able to pay off their parents' debt. That's pretty cool. The guy who worked at a GameStop store sold half of his stock and quit. Even Keith Gill, he sold a good portion of his stock and made millions. A lot of people made a lot of money off of GameStop here. Dumb Money was a bad choice to end a comedy season of HMR on, because you'll notice I haven't talked about the comedy much in this movie because this ain't a comedy. It's a dramatic retelling of a real-life event, and the trailer did not sell it that way. I am very sorry that I chose this movie to end the comedy season on. That was a total blunder on my part. However, the movie itself is actually pretty good. It made some genuine emotions bubble up inside of me, and I truly felt for Keith Gill and his crusade. I still stand by my earlier criticism of there's too many characters here to follow, but other than that, this was a damn good watch. It may not be a comedy, but it's a pretty good drama. I recommend it. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Definitely Amazon, $15.30. Perfect price for the Blu-ray. And number 5, what price should you pay? I kind of already answered this in the previous question. $15. That's not a bad deal for this. If you could get it for $10 though off of somewhere like eBay, I'd go for that more, but if you're desperate and really want to watch this movie, yeah, $15 ain't too bad for the Blu-ray. So folks, I screwed up. I picked a drama to end the comedy season of HMR on. That, I'm happy that I liked Dumb Money enough to recommend it here, but I'm also kind of mad at myself that I fell for this marketing scheme. Everywhere online tells me Dumb Money is a comedic story. It's not a comedy to me. This is a drama. It has some comedic elements to it, but it's not comedic in tone. But I guess the bottom line is I finally got to watch a movie that I've been wanting to see for a long time now, and I liked it enough to recommend it here, so I guess I still win. Like I said though, folks, that will wrap things up here for this episode of Home Media Reviews, and that will bring to a close Season 7. It's been a really fun time over the last 12 weeks talking comedies with you guys. We had the big 117th episode of Home Media Reviews. That was amazing. We talked about some just classic comedies with Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice, and even moved into some more modern stuff like with Renfield or Cocaine Bear. Like, there was a lot of variety in this season. There were some movies here that I would have liked to cover. There were a couple people that mentioned Airplane and a couple people that mentioned Galaxy Quest. Those two movies are awesome. I've seen both of them. They're great comedies, but they unfortunately didn't make the cut this time around. Shoot, man, back when I was considering the multi-film episode for season 7, I thought about Bill and Ted was like the first franchise that popped in my head, but then I thought for a second, hey, we could do Men in Black as well for that. Men in Black is a comedy franchise. Ultimately, it went to Bill and Ted, but hey, Men in Black was considered. Before I sign off, though, guys, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching Season 7 of Home Media Reviews. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your suggestions. Just thank you for being a part of this journey throughout this season here in 2025. I really appreciate everyone that sat down every Monday at 4:15 to watch a new installment of Home Media Reviews. You guys are the best fan base that anyone could ever have. But you guys know we're not done yet, right? I mean, we still got the Christmas mini-series coming up here in just a couple of weeks. There'll be an update video on that on the week of Thanksgiving, so keep your eyes out for that one. And we do have some supplementals here. I've actually got quite a few supplementals that I need to get out here to you guys. I've just been finding all kinds of fun stuff around my town and on eBay and whatnot, so I think I'm pretty covered when it comes to supplementals for a while. I'm not telling you what the supplemental is next week, but I'll tell you this, it's on a VHS copy of an action movie. See if anyone can guess that down in the comments. So again, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Good night, everybody.